I want you to hear the emotion in Coach Rhoads' voice before we bring him in. This is after the game, and this is when I think we hear a lot of coaches, and they give those great speeches after they've won a game. He lost a game last night, a controversial finish, and you can hear it. You can feel emotion there. It's pretty heavy. Here's Coach Rhoads after the loss to Texas last night.
You could argue both deserve to win the football game. I've got the privilege, as the head football coach of this football program, to face my players, win or lose, and look them in the eye and feel how proud I am of the work they put forth, the effort they gave tonight, and to make a play on the 1-yard line with their backs against the wall, clear to everybody, and have it taken away from them. That's hard to express. You don't just put an arm around a guy and tell him it's okay when that happens to him. So proud of the effort my kids gave to win this football game tonight.
Joining us now, the Iowa State head coach, Paul Rhoads. Feel any better this morning, Coach?
Not one bit. Not one bit. Matter of fact, one of my first emails was to my first email. As a matter of fact, quite early, was to our coaching staff, and that's exactly how I started it. Don't feel any better this morning, probably feel worse. But time to move forward and begin great preparation for Texas Tech, and our guys are already quickly moving in that direction.
What did you see on the Texas fumble?
I saw a player who was battling for extra yardage, and I saw a defender working hard to take the ball away. I saw a defender that got that accomplished before the runner was down on the ground. A great defensive play and one that put us in position to win the game.
Why didn't you get that call?
The thing that you learn very quickly is the call on the field, the ruling on the field, normally wins out. And when they make that call that the runner was down by contact on the field, you know you're going to have a great view, an unobstructed view, a view that says, you know what, we've got to change this call. And then it's left to the people in the booth to use their best judgment and make that call. Obviously, they didn't have a picture that they felt gave them the ability to overturn that. I was not privileged to the views they got, but they must have had sensational camera views to be able to make that call stand.
If it's the other way around?
I think it stands the other way. Yeah, I think however that was called, if it had been called a fumble, I think it stands. As it was calling him down by contact, we all know that stood.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if Texas plays a role here. I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theories, but I think you had a former Texas A&M athletic director who tweeted out that Texas always gets those calls. Is that an assumption with coaches in the Big 12?
Well, I you know what, I think the A&M comment, somebody told me about that. We all see where that comes from, the great rivalries and in that state, and as is the case with any rival school throughout. I don't want to go into whether programs get calls or things like that. I've been a proponent, as has our athletic department, for everybody needs to be accountable. As a coach, I'm accountable and have to step to the mic, and players, same thing. I just think it's time for officials to answer to their calls and give their explanation of the judgment in situations like this and explain themselves.
What did Mac Brown say after the game?
We had no conversation whatsoever about the player, the call. Mac's a good friend. Mac's an exceptional human being. Obviously, a great football coach, and was very complimentary of our football team as I was of theirs.
Did you talk to the officials?
No. Never got that opportunity. The officials on the field saw what they saw and made their call. And they've got hard jobs, really hard jobs. Wouldn't want them. Wouldn't have any desire to be in their shoes. They got to make split-second decisions. They made a call based on what they saw, and we have instant replay to help out in situations like that. So this one went to the booth. This one went from what was ruled on the field to the booth, and that's where the final call came from.
Yeah, I don't understand. If we're going to review this, Coach, then review it correctly. And you had all the guys who were broadcasting, all three announcers in the booth saying that's a fumble, and you didn't hear a whistle blow. So I don't know. I don't know what they saw, but if they're seeing what we're seeing and they're hearing what we're hearing, I don't know how they don't get that call right.
I will agree with that.
I did say this, though. There were certain things you guys could have won this game and should have won this game. You had the interception you guys didn't hold on to. The play at the end of the first half is inexcusable to let them score that touchdown and not even get a hand on that. And what happened at the end of the first half?
Plenty of things that we could have done. Dan, you're absolutely right. Dropped intercepts, missed plays. We dropped a catch. We made, I'm sure, several coaching errors along the way, and plays that we'd like to have back that we called and so forth. Yeah, so there's plenty of things that Iowa State could have done last night to not be in that situation that we were at the end of the game. One of the things that you got so much communication that has to take place, and we made a coverage call that had three defensive backs over the top of three receivers, and ended up with a rolled coverage away from it, and a safety that left himself split in the distance. And as in the case of a play like that, you want to spike a ball like that, like a volleyball, not try to intercept it, just spike it to the ground. And we ended up a little out of position, and we're a man short to get that done. Obviously, and the young man from Texas, big strong receiver, made an outstanding play.
Well, I know it's only one game, but that tends to have sort of a hangover effect. But hopefully you're able to move on and get these kids ready to go. But I could hear it in your voice. I mean, that's painful. That's where you feel a loss, and I wasn't even coaching there.
Yeah, when kids give the kind of effort they did, and it's not just game night. It's 7 days of preparation and meeting attentiveness and the physical level of effort and play on a practice field, and come ready to play and play 60 minutes and play their hearts out and feel like you've earned something. To not get it is devastating.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, Coach, and good luck the rest of the season. Thank you.
I appreciate that very much.
It's Paul Rhoads.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.